Hello, crafty friends. How you guys doing today? I see Kathy Girl and Thelma. I see Annette, Irene, Mary T, Betty, Laura, Sharma. I think I got everybody. But if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. It's not Roberta. Huh? Oh, hi, Roberta. Okay. All right. We have a lot to do today. It's Saturday, so we're going to do two sets. And the two sets I picked both make lots of cards. We picked Christmas traditions, coming home for Christmas. And we picked Santa's on his way. And one kit makes 6 and the other kit made 5. So, wow, wowzer. That's a lot of cards. So we're going to jump right in and get going here. Let's see. I think let's start with Santa's on his way in the trains, and then we'll do the puppies. So let's take a look. Oh, let's see what else you get in your kit. This entire kit that makes 11 cards. I believe Brittany told me, maybe you can link it, honey. Brittany told me, I believe that it is $17 and change. So you're going to get 4 European A6 Mirri, a 7x7 Mirri, and a full sheet of this beautiful woven design Mirri. Was it $17.95? $17.99. Sorry, that $18. $18 for 11 cards, guys. We have this entire huge stack of card bases here. We've got some European A6. We've got some 4x8. And we've got some 5x7s in here. And she gave us a sheet of foam squares and lots of ribbon. So let's get right with it here. Get the train out. Take a look. Hi, Elsie. Good to see you, friend. Get the train out here and take a look. One of the reasons we got 6 cards from this one is that it has 2 beautiful border strips. We have this beautiful image of a train in the corner. And we have 3 good-sized toppers. These cards today aren't fancy, but there are a lot of them. So, let's start out with these border cards. And what I did here is they're not quite a full size for the DL cards, which is 4x8s. So I just cut my cardstock down just a little bit to make these actually look attractive on a modified DL. So let's see how white this is. So I cut this DL card to be 3 3/4. So I only cut a 1/4 inch off of this one. By the way, a couple things. Looked like a lot of people weren't able to visit the Friday sale yesterday. And because our postage is going up after the first of the month, I decided to leave the Friday sale up for a couple of days. In fact, I may even add a little bit to it, so you can still have a chance to jump out and take a look at what's in the Friday sale if you didn't get a chance to look at it. Okay, that looks good. I'm actually going to cut this topper to 3 3/4 rather than putting it on my normal way because I want to wrap some ribbon around it. It's going to be a very simple card, but let's get a bow tied here. My ribbon has a join in it from the manufacturer right off the roll, but I think I can get my bow tied before I get to that join and take the sticky piece out of the middle. Let's see if I can't get a bow out of this. Well, Thelma, you and I have something in common. And I was working out here in the shop until very late last night. It was about 4:30, I suppose, when I went in the house, and I was ravenously hungry. So I went to the kitchen, fixed myself a bowl of soup, and came back and was getting ready to sit down on the sofa with it. My computer cord was in the way. And this is not quite going to work. I'll set that one aside. Maybe I'll tie something smaller out of it. So I kicked the cord with my foot, and the lights went out. And I thought,
it was your fault.
And I thought, oh, well, I must have kicked it loose from the power source. So I reached down and tried to see if it was plugged in, and suddenly realized the TV was off and everything else was off. Didn't know my own strength there. And the power ended up being out until about 6:37 this morning. So it was kind of funny, though, that I thought I did it. Took me a second to realize that couldn't possibly be the case. And after about a half a second after the power went out, I actually heard an explosion. So it must have been a transformer that was ways away to have that kind of delay in the sound. But it was kind of funny that I kicked it and thought I had knocked the power out.
Kathy's asking how you're doing with Weight Watchers.
You know, I'm struggling right now, Kathy. You know, I've been in this dry spell for so long. I weighed this morning, and I'm actually like up 2 pounds. And yet I've only had like 25 points a day for 5 of the last 7 days. So it's discouraging. I'm not quitting. It just is annoying that it's taking so long. So I'm still officially stuck at that 47 mark. But it will eventually kick loose. I know if I keep doing the right things, it will. So no major updates. You can imagine, though, that you are going to hear all about it in animated terms when I finally kick loose off this number. And it could be water weight. like I said, I messed around so much with my medicine that I'm still not sure that it might not have something to do with that, but nonetheless, it will eventually correct and move down further. I'm just glad Bryce and Paula are both doing this too, because it makes getting discouraged and stopping impossible. Okay, so you saw what I did there. I tied my bow. I left a little extra for tails. I actually ran my ribbon right across the back of my bow and the ribbon pieces.
You ran your tape across the back of the bow.
Yeah, I ran my tape across the back of the bow. There we go.
Someone must have got her new queen paper because she loves the texture. Maybe her new paper love.
That decoupage queen is beautiful stuff. It really, really is. Okay, I'm going to go to my image sheet and I'm going to get my tag. The one I'm looking for is From Me to You at Christmas.
Irma says, hang in there, Deb. It's hard.
I will actually break loose from this. I just can't believe how hard it is. One of the things that is also happening, I've been really analyzing all of this, is that I've been getting up late and working late. And I wonder if, but when I come in from the shop, I'm just ravenous. So I've been eating, but I'm not eating a bunch of junk food. I'm eating, last night I had a can of beef barley soup. It was a total of 4 points for the entire can. But I wonder if just eating so late and then going to bed is maybe creating some of it. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I put my peanuts away. It's been several days without those. Well, it is possible that the soups and things they've been having probably do have a lot of sodium, since some of them are canned soups. Oh, okay, so let's see. I wanted to remind you that postage is going up on the 31st. But I also want to remind you that while postage is going up from $6.95 flat rate to $8.95 flat rate, that the minimum order for free shipping is going to be $79, and you can still combine the orders. So we're still taking care of you with your postage cost, and yet still making the changes we have to make in order to be able to protect ourselves against the U.S. Postal Service increases just a little bit. I trimmed that off just a tiny bit on the bottom because it was showing a little white. That's our first card done. Okay, let's do our next one. All right, I'm going to do another DL card. This time I actually made it a little bit narrower. I went to 3.5. So let's cut that DL card down. Ooh, there's 2 of them there. I'm going to cut that to 3.5. It's taking just about a 1/2 inch off it. It's not bad. And this one I just mounted directly to my card and put a label on it. So let's go ahead and put some tape down to my card. Let the power out all night. I sleep with a CPAP and I don't sleep well at all without it. Couldn't adjust the bed because it's electric to put my head up. So I laid there last night. Well, I laid there this morning and did not sleep for the longest time. So if I sound a little rummy today, it's because I am a little rummy today. If you catch me drinking my coffee, it's because I need it. I need some coffee today. Okay. This is really pretty, I think. It's a little plain. Oops. Plain right at the top, so I opted to put my tag up there at the top. And this time I'm using Have a Very Merry Christmas at the top to brighten that up a bit. The very top of my card. Grab some foam tape here. Oh, see if I can keep from knocking over that coffee cup. That would be good. So one of the things I was doing last night in the shop was preparing your album kits. I wanted to keep the cost as reasonable as I could for what will be a beautiful gift item. The album kits at Graphic 45 sell for $50. And they come with 1 pad. We're using 2 pads in ours, but we're only using half of each. So instead of charging you for 2 pads in the kits, I broke up the 2 pads and gave you half of each to keep the cost down. Here's our finished card. To keep the cost down. And we're giving you, it's actually a really deluxe kit in addition to I told you I would not do this, and then I did because I spoil you guys rotten. I sat here last night and stamped, die cut, and molded enough poinsettias for all of the book kits. So you will have your poinsettias in your kit. And you will also, next I'm going to do a European A6. And in addition to the poinsettias, I included AB rhinestones in the different sizes so you can decorate your cover. And I included a bottle of stickles in your kit. So literally all you're going to need to do your kit and have it turn out beautiful are you're going to need your paper trimmer, you're going to need your scissors, and you're going to need adhesive. Other than that, you will have absolutely everything you need in your kit to do both the pages and the decoration for the cover. So your kits are done and up, and I think we can link that, honey. Can we? And look and see what the price is. I believe it ended up being like $46.95, $45.95. It's $46.95. It has both Let It Snow in 12 by 12, and it has prints and solids in 12 by 12, and it has burgundy and deep green cardstock. It has the album itself. It has the poinsettia flowers and holly. It has stickles, AV gems. What else? Can't remember what else. But everything that you're going to need, all at a price that's almost 10% better than what you would get for a regular album kit at Graphic 45. I'm cutting this remaining piece from between my two toppers I covered my AB card, or my A6 card, in Gold Mirri. And now I cut this to 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, which will make this a perfect match. I'm going to take a border sheet, or border, from this sheet. I have to trim out these borders. I have everything out on the table. We've got the listing built for the 6 shutter cards, and I have everything out on the table to finish the border or the shutter card kits today. I can't wait to show you all the shutter cards now that they're finished. They're so pretty. I'm putting these stripes on this card at an angle. I'm going to take my thinner I just hate it when places I like go out of business and are closed. I hope your place is just temporarily closed. Bryce and I went to go to the theater. Hi, Adeline. Bryce and I went to go to the theater. Greg's dad and I went to go to the theater recently, and we went to our favorite little Regal theater near our house, and they were closed for good. Which was funny because they were still advertising the show times. When we got there, I looked it up and it said it was closed for good. I don't like it when places that I like go out of business. That bothers me. Okay, so I'm going to run this border across this corner. Then I'm going to try and match my angle. And I'm going to run this border across the lower corner to match. And that looks cute. Just a simple way to kind of doll up Sad. Didn't get a lease agreement. Very sad. I'll go ahead and put this down with some tape. Then we're going to tie a bow and do some best glue ever for the corner of this card. We will have gotten 3 cards out of this one sheet of cardstock. Remember, when Hunkydory says you'll get at least 2 cards out of a kit, what they're assuming is that you will use the full sheet of cardstock, fold it in half, and add the full sheet of cardstock, fold it in half, and then add your toppers to that. So there's 2 sheets of cardstock in a kit. And that's why they say you'll get at least 2 cards. Well, the way we cut up the card faces and add them to our own cards, you have to add your own envelopes one way or the other. But the way we cut ours up, I'm going to center this topper right in between. We get way more cards than they say we're going to get. So instead of 2 from this set and 2 from the other for a total of 4, we're going to get 11. I'm going to center this topper right between. Just right. Played a trick on my eyes there for a second. And I'm going to tie myself up a bow. Maybe I'll use this shorter piece and just tie a double. Let's see what will happen if I do that. This is the original card. I'm going to tie a double instead of a triple this time. See if I can use up this little piece of ribbon that I have here. What did I just do with my bow maker? There it is. It's buried. Okay, let's do a double at 4. This pink bow maker is just an older version of what they came out with earlier. It's pretty much the same as your red or blue combs. It's like the blue comb in that the teeth are closer together, but it just was made to be a little bit wider with close together teeth. Just happens to be the one I grabbed. Now that turned out pretty. Here's our little double bow. If you don't know how to use this bow maker, check out our videos. We have some good videos on how to use it. Grabbing my sharp scissors that don't have adhesive all over them. I just sharpened them just before we came on. I'm going to grab my best glue ever. A little dot right in the center of my bow. And a couple little lines coming out. This will be enough to hold it really well, because that's all going to turn into glue dots. And as I always say when we use the best glue ever, I'm going to let this dry until it dries clear. If you ever have trouble with best glue ever, it's probably because you're not letting it get dry. Because a glue dot's a pretty effective way of holding things, especially when that glue gets down into the fibers of your card or your ribbon. All right, I'm going to go get my second piece of cardstock here. And we're going to get 3 cards, or 2 cards from this. I'm going to start with my 5x7 card from the top. I did cut this down to 6.5. So I'm going to grab one of my 5x7s. I'm going to trim this to 6.5. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover my card using this corner. I love the way they did that. It looks like the paper's torn. It's really pretty. My cardstock right down on top of that, and I'm going to trim right around this card. And I've got my card beautifully faced. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take this huge topper. This would be a good candidate for a shaker card. I'm not going to make a shaker out of it today. But I'm just going to go ahead and layer the outer layer on foam. And then I'm going to put the inner frame down flush to the card. And then I'm going to raise the inner section of my card up. And it's going to have a pretty dimensional feel to it. Just about out of this roll, but I have another roll sitting here. I use a favorite little scrap though. All right. Teddy's wearing a really pretty little sweater that Bryce found in the cupboard today. Brittany was here yesterday and they took Ted out to work on his training. I think I told you that Bryce has been doing extra training with Ted to just bring him around to becoming more acceptable in his behavior towards other dogs. And so Brittany's, when she comes each week, has been working with Bryce and Teddy a little bit on their training techniques. So I took him out yesterday, and when they took him out, it was raining. And Ted, he's a fair weather dog. So one of the things he has to do is he has to stop and sit regularly. Well, Ted would squat, but he would not put his butt on the wet ground. Brittany said it was kind of funny to see him get right into, he wanted his treats, so he was trying really hard to comply without getting his butt wet. He's a smart little dog. He would squat and get as close to the ground as he could without touching. This one. Die cutting's just a little deficient in this one, which you don't find very often with Hunkydory. But to kind of trim out some of the places it didn't want to pull away.
And it says, yes, Debbie, poodles are very, very smart.
Okay, I'm going to put my glue onto my card by running my glue bottle around inside this frame instead of putting my glue on the frame. That way I won't get it all over.
Alma says she doesn't blame Teddy. She doesn't want to get her behind wet either.
Teddy used to be so social with other animals. When Bentley used to come over and other people brought their pets. He actually did fine when Margie and James were here with their 3 dogs. But he doesn't like other dogs when he's on his leash. So that's what they're working on. Okay. I'm going to put this topper directly onto my card. Just adding a little foam behind it to give it dimension. And I think that turns out really pretty. Another one done. On the inside of this one, I added this nice long wishing you the most wonderful day of the year. I'm going to put this little brown strip down and then put the topper on top of that. You do it the whole time. Yes, Bryce and I have had one of those little disputes too. We have a full basement, full daylight basement under our house. And Bryce's workspace is in the family room downstairs. And now that Lauren moved out, we have a fair amount of space down there that is not as actively used. We live all over our house and our guest room's down there, but it's just not as actively used. So Teddy has always been trained to stay upstairs, and he's not been allowed to go downstairs. And then we don't have to worry about him sneaking off to go potty or something if he doesn't want to get his feet wet outside. And the cat boxes are down there, and we just don't want any unseemly behavior. So we have trained Teddy since he was a little puppy that he had to stay upstairs in the house, and we eventually could take the dog gates down, and he just stayed where he was supposed to stay. Well, then Bryce decided he likes having Teddy sleep in a bed by his feet, and so Bryce has been letting Ted go downstairs. Well, once you start that, he's going to go. And Bryce and I have had discussions about his failure to reinforce the household line on keeping the dog upstairs. He's looking sheepish across the desk from me right now as we speak.
Not what you're interpreting as.
He's looking guilty. Yes. That's exactly what I'm interpreting it as. Okay. We're going to make this little train here a European A6. Maybe I trimmed it, but I didn't. We're going to go straight to the card with this. That'd be pretty bad to go potty and sit on poison ivy. All right, there we go. Got my card put on. Now I'm going to just trim around it again. Okay. And I'm going to put this remaining piece of trim across the top here. Okay. I put it about a ½ an inch down from the top. I just trim off the extra. And we're going to use this special delivery tag, which seems particularly appropriate for the Santa train. I believe we'll have Margie back next week. I'll put this special delivery tag right in the middle of that order piece I put on there. And this one's finished. See how our bow's doing there. Still got a little bit of white on the back one. Let's get past that for now. All right, we got one more card to do from this one. It was out of cardstock. So I took a European A6 and I covered it in this very pretty I just need to look and see what else I use this for, so I make sure that I position this right. Okay. And this very pretty gold paper. When I was a kid growing up, we had a dog that was half husky and half German Shepherd police. And he was huge. His name was Shane. He was 126 pounds when he was 6 months old. And that was back in the days when you didn't take your dog to the vet unless there was something wrong. So I don't think we ever weighed him after he was 6 months old. Nobody else wanted to pick him up. But he was quite a dog. That's the dog I told you about that went sailing around the house and stole the steak off the barbecue from my dad. Dad was chasing the dog around the house with barbecue utensils in hand. It was actually one of the funnier things I remember from my childhood. The guy who had the father of Shane used to ride a motorcycle, and the dog would ride on the back of his motorcycle with him. My dad was so entertained by that the dog would just ride right there behind him, and he'd lean into the curves, and just an avid motorcyclist. I'm taking this last remaining border off my topper sheet, putting some tape down on that. I always thought it would be fun to have a Great Dane. Two things have stopped me from pursuing that venture in my lifetime. One is that they're such huge dogs. My understanding is they don't have a real long life expectancy. And I get so attached to my pets that it would be a premature broken heart. And secondly, the idea of cleaning up after a Great Dane. That would be a lot of poop and scooping. Okay, so I covered my card in that beautiful gold. I ran my I ran my border right down the middle of that page. I'm going to get my last topper here. And put it on my card. And I have one more tag on my sheet. So I'm going to use that with my bow. And I'm going to go ahead and tie a pretty triple bow, probably a 4-5-4 on this comb. It'd be the same on your red comb. Teddy will be 4 on his next birthday, right? Yeah, Teddy will be 4 on his next birthday in May, so he is 3.5 now. Using the ribbon that's included in your kits is this really beautiful double-sided red satin ribbon. It's gorgeous stuff. It's from Offray. It's really, really fine quality ribbon. So we've got our topper, our bow,
Also,
our
asking
tag.
if there will be Teddy time today.
If we convince Bryce to go get him, we might have a little Teddy time. It would be a great time between our 2 card kits, and I'm just finishing this one. So Bryce is thinking on it. But I'll bet he'd do it for you, Elsie. No, you don't want to be driving with vertigo, Ms. Kathy, girly girl. You behave yourself because that stuff will mess you up. Fortunately, I haven't had that for a little while now. I'm quite pleased to say. That is nasty stuff. You know, it's funny, it influences your life so much when you have it. And then when it goes away, it's like you have to think about whether, you suddenly realize it's gone. But you'd think you'd know almost instantly it was gone. driving, Kathy, girly girl. Call an Uber if you have to, or call a friend. No driving. When our power was out this morning, they were initially saying it would take 4 to 5 hours to fix it. And at first it said it would be on at like 9, and then they said it would be on at 10, and then they said it would be on at 10:45. I thought, what happens if we can't do our stream today? And then I thought, well, if I can't do my stream today, I guess I'll just have to go out to breakfast and go out to breakfast somewhere further away from home. Okay, got to put a little biscuit. Hang on just a minute. Oh, you brought treats too. Good job. Because last time he said, no treats, no performance. Hey, Teddy, going to have Teddy time? Hi. Hi, buddy. Just a second. I'll get you. He's already come up here since he saw his PB nanas. Okay. I'll show you where we're going with that. This is the... I actually spaced these a little closer this time because I thought it would look a little better. But this is the inspiration card, and I've got some best glue ever on that one. So we'll set that aside. I'm going to grab this one we did before and just go ahead and stick our bow on it. I think the littler bow actually looks better there than the bigger bow. Okay, let's see. Let me move this stuff out of the way so we don't get anything wet from our friend Ted. We finished our first kit, so it's a good time. Hey, Ted, you want to come up? Yeah, yes, sure, I'll come. Sure, I'll come. Hey. Teddy, you better come here and sit. You better come here and sit down, Ted. Teddy. Oh, he said, I'm going to sit here and look at you, Mom. How about if we turn around and look at the camera? Oh, yes. Well, I'll give you one so you guys are being so good. Whoop. He said, that's a little tough, that PB Nana this time, Daddy. Where'd you get those?
They were in Grandpa's chair.
In Grandpa's chair? Hey, turn around. Sit, please. Teddy. Nope. Here. What a good boy. Those are pretty tough. Yeah. Oh. Hi, Susan. Good to see you, friend. There we go. What a good boy you are, Teddy. You're such a good boy. Now he hasn't gotten taller. He's just a long-legged critter. Here. Turn around here and say hi to everybody. Here, sit. There you go. What a good boy. What a good boy you are, Ted. He said, boy, do I like those PB Nanas. Boy, do I like those PB Nanas. Love those. Okay, can you come here and lay down on the desk? Lay down. Oh, what a good boy. Yes. There we go. Nope, not the same Susan. Susan is from British Columbia, I believe.
Yeah, Oliver, British.
Hi. Oh, puppy kisses. We get puppy kisses. Okay. There we go. Okay, well, you suppose we should get back to our class now? He said, no, I think I should love my mom some more. I should give my mom more puppy kisses. Yes, he does look dapper in his sweater, doesn't he? It was cold at our house this morning after the power being out last night. One more. You need just one more? Because I need 6 or 7, don't you know? Yeah, I need those puppy treats. You're such a good boy. Okay. Susan, go back. No, she's still here. She just hasn't been in the classroom for a while. She was taking her quilling class and she decided quilling wasn't really her bag. And now we're working on getting her into some other classes. Okay. All right. You want to come get your dog?
Put him on the floor so I don't zoom in on his butt.
There you go. What a good boy you are, Ted. You're such a good boy. He said, Mom, I'll come back up. He's on the floor looking up at me. I'll come back up if I get more treats. All right. Let's look at our other kit. We have been on for 1 hour, including Teddy time, and we have finished 6 cards. Let's see if we can do the next 5 in an hour. Oh, now Daddy's getting all kinds of puppy kisses over there. He's in a lovable mood today. He's usually in a lovable mood, though. Okay, here's our card stock. That's going to be our first card. Here's our corner treatments.
Hi to Anastasia.
Hi, Anastasia. Good to see you, friend. All right, and here's our topper sheet. So we're going to start with this DL card first. And yeah, with this one, I have that really pretty gold behind it. So I actually cut my topper just a little narrower so I could really show off that gold. So I'm going to give this a 1/2 inch border around this. But first we'll cover our card with this pretty gold. This gold will be in your kit. Can you believe we have a kit that makes 11 cards for $17.99? I don't know what that is per card, but that is very, very affordable. It has beautiful little lab puppies on this card. Beautiful. Okay, we haven't seen Catherine today.
$1.64.
$1.64 a piece for our cards. That's pretty good when all you have to add is the adhesive. I have another card with silver hair in it. I don't know how I do that. I just must shed continually. And I still have enough left for a European A6 card there, so I'll definitely stash that piece of cardstock. It's actually a pretty little edge piece I might use for something. All right, let's get that topper of the dog. I'm going to measure this card, and it's 4 even, so I'm going to go 3.5 wide on my card layer. And then, let's see, I think these are the same length, 8 1/4. So I'm going to take I think I'll take a 1/2 inch off the top. Let's see how that fits. Oh, that looks nice. There we go. I'm not going to put that down yet because I'm going to tie a bow to my red satin. And I'm going to leave my tails a little extra long. Okay. That is some good coffee. It's Chevalier. It's just a K-pot, but it's Chevalier dark roast coffee. I do so love that. And because I'm trying to wake up, it's actually the caffeinated version, which I don't get very often. And it's extra tasty. Is this how the kit will come when you order it? All the cutting's done for you already. The cutting's not done for you. The die cutting's done. When you get this kit, you are going to get the topper set, which has 1 die cut sheet, 2 pieces of cardstock, and you're going to get all the card bases. You're going to get all the mirror board and this pretty patterned Mirri. You're going to get a couple of yards of this beautiful red double-sided satin ribbon from Offray. You're going to get envelopes, you're going to get foam squares, and you're getting enough material for 11 cards in your kit. All you have to add is your talent, your paper trimmer, and your adhesive. Everything else is set and ready to go, Anastasia. So that's pretty cool. You'll cover your cards and stuff yourself, though. As you saw, I tied my ribbon. I laid it out in a straight line, holding my ends out to the sides, and then tucking my adhesive in where necessary to keep it looking beautiful. I have just a tiny little bit of adhesive showing above, so I had to get rid of that so it's not sticky, so my bow's not sticky. I'm going to take this piece of cardstock we just cut. I want my bow a little bit more towards the right this time, so I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the back. Wrap this ribbon around the back and trim it off. That bow isn't going anywhere. That bow is nice and stable right where it is. I'm going to get off of my topper sheet. I'm going to get the tag that has the little puppies on it. I think I'll put a couple foam squares on here. And set that tag up just a little bit under there. I'm going to tuck it as if it's coming out from under my bow. And I'm going to go ahead and put my topper, my card layer down. Just about to run out of my wide tape. I'm going to go ahead and center this. Got my tape flags pulled out to the side. I will center this card right where I want it, and I will pull those tape flags out. And there's our beautiful card. 4 cards to go. We still have one bow drying over there. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this one. I think this one's really pretty with that edge piece in it. Gorgeous. And then those 3 all come out of the other piece of cardstock. We're going to take this triple piece topper. This is another good potential for a shaker card. In the interest of time, since we're doing 11 cards today, I did not make any shakers. But you absolutely could make a shaker. If you want instructions on how to do that, just look back at our video from Thursday where we made a shaker card. By the way, I told you I wasn't going to do all the things I told you I wasn't going to do, I've done this week. We did make some of the Moonlight kits. I hope Roberta's out there listening, because we did make the Snow Leopard kits from Thursday up into some class kits. Will you link those, honey? Please, and tell us how much that one is. This is the Snow Leopard from Thursday. The kit makes 4 cards, including a shaker, so you get shaker tape and that beautiful silver netted ribbon that you were all interested in. And thank you. What was the price on that one?
$11.49.
That kit for 4 cards is $11.49. You get mirror board, you get that beautiful netted ribbon, you get the topper sheets, you get shaker components. It's a good value. $11.49 for 4 cards in that absolutely gorgeous Moonlight kit. So I did 2 things this week I told you I wasn't going to do. I told you I would not cut, die cut, or stamp, die cut, and mold flowers for you for the album kit. And I sat here and did it. And then we put together the Moonlight kits, which I told you we wouldn't do. I know you were interested in that, Roberta, so it's out there now. complete with that beautiful woven silver ribbon. All right. Once again, I'm going to, because I'm not making a shaker card out of this, I'm kind of going to my other standard, which is to raise the frame, raise the center, and put the in-between layer flush. As you guys can see that I'm cheating a little bit using shaker tape instead of my foam squares. Once again, that's just for the convenience of time, since we are doing 11 cards. I'm going to cut my card layer to 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Boy, I love this cardstock. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm covering most of it up with my frame, but it is beautiful. Britt, I wanted to tell you that I'm getting lots of calls. When's my order going to ship? Well, because of the $2 Tuesday and the Fab Fridays, Ashley's just a little bit behind in shipping. The good news for you is if you want to add to any of those orders, as long as it hasn't shipped, you can do it. So that's good news for you. Ashley works all day on Tuesday, and she will be catching up all the orders then. So if you want to add anything from this week's Fab Friday, I've left that sale up. I'm probably going to drop a few extra things into it, and I'm going to leave it up until the 31st, the Fab Friday sale, just this time, because postage goes up on the 31st, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to get some of those bargains before postage goes up if you want to. I know we've had a lot of sales lately, although I gotta say I'm shocked that some of the things they put out there in the Fab Friday are still there, because there are some dies that were in the $40 range that are less than 10. And be sure you look at all the pages of the sale. So be sure you look at that. On the first page, you'll see a lot of diamond painting stuff and diamond painting books of patterns, which if you're into freestyle diamond painting at all, are just really, really fun to work with. There's a beautiful book of dogs and some other things out there for diamond painting that's just fabulous. And then some other project books for diamond painting. So we have all of that, but that's not all of what's out there. There are over 40 tattered lace ties in this sale. And there's some paper packs and some other things. And I'm going to add a few extra things just to entice you to go back and look one more time before shipping goes up. And again, if your order has not shipped yet, you can put a request in that Ashley combine your orders, and she will do that for you. So there's actually, Anastasia, a couple of diamond painting kits out there that if you wanted to try a diamond painting kit, there are a couple of kits out there that are unbelievably well priced. And it'd be a great way to try one without investing a lot of money in it. This time I'm going to go ahead and put my tag down right across from the top of my doorway across the top. And I'm just going to put a little glue to hold that. Right there. I love this card. I think this is so pretty. And here's our inspiration card. Okay. Looks like my best glue is not quite dry yet. You can see I still have a little bit of white showing. That means it's not fully dried yet. You do not use your best glue until it's fully dried. Okay, we got 3 cards left to go. Can you believe it? We've done 8 cards in. Yeah, we've done 8 cards in the last hour and 20 minutes, including Teddy time. All right, let's see here. All right. Well, all 3 of these are beautiful. With these, I wanted to come up with some ways to use these smaller circle toppers in a fun way. And I think these 2 cards turned out great. So let's go ahead and I think I'll do the more traditional card first, then we'll do those two sets there. Okay. I'm going to use a 5x7 card. That's not it. That's it. Our last 5x7. I'm going to get my 5x7 mirror board, or my 7x7. I love that you can get 11 cards out of this kit designed to make 4. That's just so much fun, isn't it? I love getting more for my money. And this Hunkydory art is beautiful. You just don't want to waste any of it, you know? This is the last of our Craftaganza kits we'll be doing this year. I'm excited to show you the way our shutter cards turned out in the Graphic 45. I've made both of those kits. I have not yet made the double step center step card kits. I couldn't decide if there was enthusiasm for those or not. It may be that you're feeling a little reticent about making your own card blanks. You don't have to feel that way, but you might be feeling a little anxious about that. We'll look at them again. I will only put those together in a card kit if I think you guys are going to enjoy it. If you're not going to enjoy it and buy it, then I won't waste my time putting it together. Excuse me for the coffee break there, but I needed it. Okay, I've covered my card in my mirror board. I'm going to cut my topper to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. One thing I will say about making the double center stipper cards is that as much as I love my Caterpillar trimmer, I will use a different one when it comes to making these because I need a trimmer or I need to use a blade and a ruler, which you know me, I will never do, to cut these slits. So a trimmer that you can set down anywhere on your cardstock is actually better for this job than a Caterpillar for this particular job, which sounds odd for me to say because I'm always bragging about how cool my Caterpillar trimmer is. I do dearly love it. It's the best trimmer I've ever had, but it does lack that one feature. So I will use one of my other trimmers that has a lift up blade for making those card blanks, if we end up doing it in class. Okay. I am just loving doing this. I gotta say, I'm just loving doing this Let It Snow stuff. I sat out here last night, finished the last of my shutter cards, and it's just such a gorgeous set. It goes together so easily together that I just absolutely love it. I don't know if anybody else is interested, but I brought in ivory albums and the Alice in Wonderland set of papers to do another album. So I'd be interested in knowing if you guys want to do the Alice in Wonderland together, or if I should just go ahead and make that. So is there anybody else who would be interested in making the Alice in Wonderland Graphic 45 Ivory Waterfall album? If it's just me, that's cool. I'm going to make it as a Christmas gift. But if you are interested, we could do it together. So if anybody else wants Alice in Wonderland, if you could hype up, that would be very good to know. No albums for me at this time. Appreciate you letting me know, Betty. I'm interested in Alice in Wonderland, Laura says. It's a beautiful set. I can show you. In fact, I will when I finish these cards. If you want to see the artwork in the Alice in Wonderland, I'd be happy to show it to you so that you can make that decision on an informed basis if you are interested. I don't want to pressure anybody. I just want to know if you guys want to do it together or whether I should just whip in. Annette says, hi, man. You're an album maker, aren't you, Annette? You love making albums. I'll show you the Alice in Wonderland paper so you can see. So I've got 2 in so far. then we'll see what else we need.
Mary asked what size photos fit in the waterfall.
We'll measure the pockets or the pages. Okay, I've got one here. We'll measure it. They're going to be a little smaller than 4x6, so generally you're going to be cutting down your photos a bit. Okay, Thelma says, I love albums too. Okay, this card, it's a two-part frame, and I wanted to do it a little bit differently. I like sometimes to raise the outer frame and then put the center flush. It kind of looks almost like a painting when you do that. So I do see that I got that frame just a little unstraight, but when you put it down with shaker tape, it's down to stay. I would destroy it if I tried to straighten it up, so I'm going to leave it just like it is. But sometimes when you put that artwork inside the frame, it just changes the dimension of it somewhat, and it's beautiful. So here's that card. All right, let's see. We have 2 more cards to do. And we're going to split this piece of cardstock this way so we can get 2 cards out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my last 2 card bases with my mirror board, the last 2 pieces in my kit.
Postage says she would like to learn an album, but not Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, cool. Hi, Sandy. Okay, it's good to see you, friend. All right, let's go ahead. Well, you might want to take a look at, who was it that said that again? We're going to look at the Let It Snow album also in just a couple of minutes here. We're down to our last 2 cards, and then we got to have a little show and tell. We'll look at the Let It Snow. I have that kit up and ready and available if that happens to be a pattern you like. We'll look at the Alice in Wonderland paper together. So those of you who don't know what that looks like, it's a little different than the Disney version, but it's actually really well done. We'll look at that, and we'll look at the Let It Snow album. So I'm going to go ahead and cover these 2 cards. Can you believe we're going to get 11 cards done today? That is a lot. Only 3 Let It Snow albums left, Mary T? Are you kidding me? Will you refill this out of the... I can get another cup of coffee out of the same pod. I can't?
I made hot chocolate after that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Well, I don't want a fresh pot because it's too much caffeine. If I start with a fully caffeinated one. I think I'm out of decaf over there. Wow, that's amazing that there's only 3 of the albums left. I do have materials that I can make more albums if necessary, but I'm pretty amazed that 6 of them are out the door so far today. That's great. I'm very excited to do that kit with you. You can tell if I sat here and cut the poinsettias for you. That I am pretty excited about it. Look at the Alice in Wonderland. Maybe just a little, well, I don't know. Yeah, well, never mind. Never mind. Let me not say that because I don't know. Okay, we're going to do some fun things with these circles. We're going to pull this one of the puppies here and use on one of our cards. And then we're going to pull this one of the wreath and use it on our other card, along with this tag that will be with the puppies. And that will be the last of our kit components here. I'm going to cut my card bases, or my layers, to be 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. It doesn't look right. Yeah, I guess it is. By 5 5/8. Here's, this actually goes with this one. And I'm going to cut another one that is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. And that's going to go with my puppies. Let's do the puppies first. I'm going to make some tape flags so I stand a reasonable chance of getting this on straight. Roberta, I'm glad you got your album. It really is a great price for what you're getting in that album. I hope Glenn's able to get his. He hasn't come by today to be able to tell him it's out there because he sounded pretty interested in doing an album too. I'm going to glue this ring directly to my cardstock. It's fun what you can do with circles sometimes if you just get creative with them. They can be a little intimidating, I think. I'm going to put my puppies right over the top, almost like a snowman here. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the puppies down too. And then I'm going to take my festive wishes, I'm going to put it on some foam tape. Oh, Mary T, I'm glad you and your sister are going to be able to do that together. That's going to be great fun. You're going to have a really fun time doing these. I just have to tell you, they might be a little habit for me. Because I got to tell you, I've been totally into doing this graphic 45 stuff. I think you guys figured that out when I showed you what I had made. There is our adorable puppy card. It's simple, but fun. It's a fun design. Got nice balance, nice color distribution. I just think it's a really cute, fun card. Looks like my bow is ready for this gold card we made earlier. Just for fun, I'm going to put this bow at a bit of an angle. And that one's finished. Last card here, and then we're going to do some show and tell. So don't leave, because I want to show you those Alice in Wonderland papers. I want to show you my Shutter cards, which are just too cute. Sorry, but they are. I should be more modest, but I'm not going to be because they're really cute. And what do I do? So that's going to be fun. And we'll need to make a decision. So I'll show you again the center step cards. If you guys just think it's too much, that's okay. Then don't express interest in it. If you do want to do the double center step cards and make your own card bases, I'd be happy to show you how to do that. But it's totally and completely up to you guys. I had fun making them one way or another, so it's certainly not as if I wasted my time. I did not. I had great fun. Okay, so I'm going to put one ring here close to the edge. I'm going to put another ring actually down. It's going to be kind of towards the bottom. Here, I'm going to overlap them just a bit. I'm going to put this circle tag up here in the corner, and I'm going to put my wreath right in the middle here. So we just have some really interesting things. It's just a neat texture in this card. So I'm going to start with this one that I Okay. I was going to bring in some of the G45 chipboard for those who wanted to make their own albums from scratch, but they are completely sold out of all of their chipboard. So we have to wait till they get that in again. It's probably just because so many people are making Christmas gifts. And that's cool. I should have turned this cardstock the other way, because my packages are actually sitting upside down. But I'm not going to worry about it because they're really kind of a background pattern anyway. I'm going to put this little doogie up here in the corner, this gift. And I'm going to put this up on some tape. I love the waterfall albums where they've already put all the magnets and stuff in them. I was just amazed with the quality of the waterfall albums they have created. It's technically a chipboard album, but it is so nicely finished that I really expect it to be quite durable. Okay, last final card here. And we will have finished 11 in 1 hour and 45 minutes. We will have finished 11 cards. Now, granted, these are simple cards, but you know, when we're making a lot of cards, as in Christmas cards, sometimes simple is best, you know? So there we go. That is finished. All 11 of our cards are now done. I have all of this left. I presume you got a similar amount of ribbon in your kit. So quite a lot of leftover ribbon and quite a few foam squares. Other than that, everything is gone. One of the nice things about getting our kits is that usually, you don't have a huge number of leftovers. And we're not adding to your stash. You get in, you do the project, and you're done. Let's take a look first at the Let It Snow album. This will give us a good opportunity to be able to see what you're going to get. You are going to get these stamped, die cut, and texturized flowers. You're getting the AB rhinestones I put around in the centers of the snowflakes. And you're getting the stickles I used on the cover. You're getting the paper pack, and you're getting several sheets of green and burgundy cardstock to accent your pages. Here's our inside cover. This is perfect for tags, photos, notes, things you want to put in your album but haven't had a chance yet. Here is a full page. The only thing I've done with this page, because I just thought the robin print was so pretty and so festive, I layered cardstock to create a mat for my Merry and Bright, and I put a border strip on it. This is our pocket, and we have a pull-out page with room for photos on both sides.
Turn it around so it's showing to them.
Yes.
So it looks funny upside down.
Okay, good. Thank you for mentioning that. The photo pocket. The photo pocket has room for photos on both sides, photos and journaling. Much of the decorating in this has been done either with pieces from the 12 by 12 pack or the stickers, because you're getting stickers, 2 sheets of stickers with this kit also. This has a beautiful magnetic cover. You can hear and catch. Here's Mary's question about the size photos you can put in. This page is 6 and I'm going to say 3/8 or so by 4.5. So I'm going to say 6.5 by 4.5. It actually would take, if you wanted to put it in, a full size 4x6 photo. Generally, I'm going to recommend you trim those down just to the essential elements, and that way you can kind of let some of your embellishment show also. You have all these beautiful photo sheets for journaling and photos on horizontal. And then you also have another waterfall here of photo sheets and journaling for portrait. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous collection and a gorgeous album. It's going to be great fun to make. And as I said, there's about 3 of them out there now. Let's link this again, honey. About 3 of those Let It Snows out there. Let's look at the shutter cards finished. I did not have these finished the last time we talked. The shutter cards make use of the 12 by 12 paper pack, journaling cards. We're making our own card bases from this fabulous burgundy paper. You're also getting AB rhinestones in your kit. And once again, I'll be teaching, if you haven't already learned, I'm going to teach you how to make this wonderful shutter mechanism for the inside of your cards. And then all of your cards will have a beautiful band around them to hold them closed. Here's another. These are such fun cards to make. I made 6 cards using an 8x8 paper pack, journaling cards, and my burgundy papers. I'm giving you AB rhinestones so that you can finish them off as we have, and you'll also get chipboard in this kit. There we go. And we finished them off beautifully. I will tell you that I finished 6 cards with this kit, and I had nothing but scraps left. They are wonderful to make, but 1 8x8 pack, 1 pack of chipboard, and our layering papers and base card. Oh, obviously I'm sending you 5x7 envelopes with this also. I love the way these cards turned out. They are just great fun to make. I love doing these shutter cards. Can you link the shutter kit for me, honey? The shutter card kit is actually a little less expensive than the one I did at Halloween.
I don't see it.
Did I not put it up yet? I could have sworn it. Yeah, that's it first, honey.
The very first one?
Yeah.
That's it.
The Halloween kit was $29.95. This one has $32.55 worth of materials in it, and I listed it at $26.95. So you got about 10% off on the 8x8 with the chipboard journaling cards, card bases, AB rhinestones, and the envelopes. I think I got everything there. I'm not sure. So there we go. These will, I will tell you as soon as I can, Anastasia. I should be able to list those dates later today. I just have to look at the calendar and see where I'm going to fit them in. This is the Ivory waterfall kit. This is the one I'm going to use in Alice in Wonderland. Haven't even opened it yet. So this is the Ivory. I have had lots of questions about listing the album bases. We will list the album bases as soon as I know that I have enough kits made for our participants. But this is what it looks like in its original form. And again, you've got those beautiful, strong magnets holding those pages down. And there's actually a magnetic closure on this outside if we don't fill it so full that it won't, let the magnet catch. Here is what we're going to be using in the Alice in Wonderland. I think we'll use some flowers to match our papers. I haven't done this kit yet, so I know we'll be using stickers. I think when we do the Alice in Wonderland, I'm just going to give you a 12x12 paper pack. I'm going to go into this with the assumption that I'm going to complete this kit with one 12x12 pack and the flowers, the album, the stickers that come with the kit. Not all the 12x12 albums anymore have the stickers. Come in on this artwork, honey, because I want to show you the artwork in the Alice in Wonderland kit. See, it's different than the Disney version, but it's still just wonderful. Look at that Queen of Hearts and the white rabbit there. The tea party and the cards. Here's the back. You have that beautiful floral and the plaid. We have the teapots and teacups, or teacups and saucers, I guess.
Hi to Kimar.
Hi, Kimar. We're just taking a look at the paper pack for Alice in Wonderland. I was asking who amongst our crafters would be interested if I do an Alice in Wonderland album kit. Because I'm looking at doing one of these for one of the girls for Christmas. And if there's interest, I'll do it as a class. If there isn't a lot of interest, then we'll do it differently. Look at all those playing cards. Those are wonderful. This has a lot of wonderful textures and backgrounds, so I think I may do the pages a little differently this time to really utilize some of these pretty background pages. And I may just do the waterfall side one-sided and leave the other page blank for a journaling card or a photo. But that's what the papers look like. Here's the stickers. And so, can I get a count of anybody who thinks they would like? I caught your comment, Mariar, and I appreciate that. So I won't count you in for sure at this point. But I would like to know if there's anybody else. I think Annette said she wanted to do one. Laura, I believe. Are you saying, Laura? Yeah, you're saying you do. And Roberta says that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put an album kit together then, and I'll get a class put together for Alice in Wonderland also. Okay. Thank you, guys. Very good. All right. I have to look at my schedule because I have made a bunch of things that were not on the original schedule and haven't started some of the things that were. So I will get Martha G. Yes. Laura. Yes. Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you guys for the feedback. I needed that to have some direction on which way to go. I think we've accomplished a great deal here today. My goodness, when you can do 11 cards in less than 2 hours, and Teddy time, and show and tell. If you haven't already hit that like button, hit that like button if you would, please. It's my attaboy to say we like what you're doing, and YouTube likes it because they feel comfortable recommending us that way. And let's see, what I wanted to say was that I can give you the option. I believe I have enough albums to give you the option whether you want black or ivory in your album. What's it going to say? If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. You are not going to want to miss what we've got coming up to show you. The Fab Friday sale that normally is one day only is going to go through the 31st. I'm going to drop some more stuff in there. So be sure you take a look. The good news in us being a little behind in shipping is we can combine your orders for you if it's still here. So take a look at the Fab Friday sale and see if there's anything you want to add to your order. And I'm going to put some more stuff up there for you. shipping does go up to $8.95 after the 31st, and but your rate, your combined shipping rate or your free shipping level only goes up to $79. So I appreciate your patience and understanding. And then, oh, I'm looking for the Let It Snow album. Tag that again, would you please? Anastasia wants to get one of those. He's getting a link for you, Anastasia. It's right in the live stream classes. It's showing sold out. Don't worry, I'll put some more together. Don't worry. Just look for it. In fact, I'll up the number and then I'll go ahead and get the kits done. So don't worry, there's more coming. I will put up another 3 or 4 of the Let It Snow album kit. So Anastasia, come back just very shortly and there will be more quantity available. Okay? So give me 30 minutes and you should be able to buy one, and anybody else who's looking, I'll put 3 or 4 more up. So let's see, shipping's going up. Tuesday, we have our $2 Tuesday coming up. Wednesday, we'll be here for What's New Wednesday and showing you all the new stuff that we have for you. Thursday, it will be a crafting day, and that starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Friday, of course, is Fab Friday. Don't miss those sales. They're unbelievable. I can't even believe I offer the prices I do. And of course, next Saturday, we'll be right back here. So that is it for today. Unless I'm going to fix that listing. When will I put more goodies in Fab Friday? I'm going to start right after class is out. The first thing I'm going to do is put more quantity in the albums. And then Bryce and I will build a few more album kits. And the second thing I'm going to do is start loading stuff into our Fab Friday sales so you can get a few more extra bargains right before we hit the end of the month and the pricing increase. Are there any other questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom? Anybody else have a question? Something you're looking for, something that you want me to know or you want the group to know? Yay, I'll be back, she says. Did you say that in the Arnold voice? That's what I want to know, Kathy, girly girl. Okay, if there's no other questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to close by saying good night, Gracie.